What is up, this is Hiek. So from the video title, you can already tell what this video is going to be about. So I'm going to start right here, since this is where you start off in chapter 11. And the map is kind of confusing, so I'm going to explain how to get to the area first. I was wandering around for about a half hour trying to figure out why I was heading west when I was actually going east, or why I was heading south when I was trying to go north. So if you open up your map, you can see this moon looking icon right here, depending on what direction you're already looking at. So you want to rotate the camera until your map shows this towards the top, since this represents north. And now just follow where I go. Also, one of the reasons why I'm explaining this first is because I know people will probably ask where this location is after the video. So I just want to get this out of the way just in case. I'm just gonna avoid all the enemies for the sake of the video. And here we are. It's just beyond that save point right there. Well, now you may be asking, well, if chapter 11 is hard when you first begin it, why would you bring me to both of these enemies? But before I explain it, let me show you where this area is one more time. And so the guide begins. Alright, so first I'm going to show you that you can actually do this with some pretty basic stuff, believe it or not. So you can see I don't really have very good stuff, and like the only weapon I've really upgraded throughout the game so far is lightning weapon, and I don't even think this weapon's that good. Vanel's weapon is pretty basic, and it's just a healing weapon, so meh. I almost never touched saws until now, because I found out how good synergists can actually be. Alright, so now let's go over the paradigms. So just follow the paradigms that I have on here, except for the last one. The two medics were just from experiments earlier. The way I have this set up is pretty easy because we'll be going from top to bottom during the battle in order. Alright, so if you got all this set, let's just skip over towards the battle and I'll explain the rest. The reason I choose this area is because you'll always get preemptive strikes, which is needed for this method. Oh, before we begin, I also want to show that I'm also doing this on normal difficulty, so you can see that this can be done with some pretty messed stats. I would also set the default, default battle command to auto. You don't have to, but it makes it easier. And now let's begin the battle. Okay, so right off the bat from the start we'll get two preemptive strikes, of course. I'm going to start with auto battle and get a few hits on the Behemoth King. Another thing I want to point out is target Behemoth King first. Here I'm just going to wait until Vanilla staggers the Behemoth King. Okay, as soon as he's staggered, attack him once and then quickly switch paradigms. This is where you try to keep the Behemoth King in the air as long as possible to prevent him from reaching a second form while Vanilla is debuffing him and Saz is buffing everyone in the party. You do not want the Behemoth King to transform, because if he does, it's over. As soon as the Behemoth King is defeated, switch to the next paradigm and continue to auto battle. After Vanille gives this enemy 2 debuff, switch to the next paradigm again. Now we will go all out with Ravager and try to stagger him as fast as possible. Okay, once staggered, go all out with the last paradigm.
You should see your daddy now.
And that's pretty much it. You get 6.6k CP and sometimes some items. And now you can just run back a bit, turn around, and the respawn again. Now it's time to show what happens when you fail. Also, like I said before, this will always be preemptive. As you can see here, I used auto battle too soon and it made me use blitz. Because of this, he didn't get launched, therefore he's gonna transform now. When this happens, you're pretty much screwed. Fighting him is pointless now. The reason it's pointless now is because he fully heals and the stagger is already half gone. You can sit here and try to fight as much as you want, but eventually his AoE is gonna hit you and it's gonna deal a lot of damage. And just fighting him overall, I'm sure you fought him before in like a 1v3 out in the field and he wrecks you, so it's no different here. And to sum it up is you just restart and it'll spawn you right outside the battle. Hope this was helpful. I'm sure it's not the best method, but it's the best I can find for chapter 11 if you're stuck. And to end this off, I'm gonna do one more without any commentary and end the video. Thanks for watching.
Thank you. Thanks. Time for another approach.